Fantasy football draft season is here, and it's time to talk strategy. So, Michael Fabiano, I've got to know, are you team zero running back or team hero running back?
Well, now's the time to be on the zero running back team, right? Because wide receivers are flourishing, running backs seem to be falling, there's better running backs available late in drafts, but I can't do it. I just can't do it. And this is coming from someone who has been a running backs truther for over 20 years in fantasy football. Do I see the importance of wide receivers? Absolutely. Would I take a wide receiver in round one? No question about it. But I'm not going to avoid trying to get an elite running back. If I can get an Austin Eckler, if I can get a Derrick Henry or a Nick Chubb, and then go 3 wide receivers in my first 3 picks, I'll absolutely do that. I understand that the running back position has become, I guess, the black sheep of the offensive skill positions in fantasy football and actually in getting contracts as well. But the bottom line here is it's still a very valuable position, and there's very few featured backs. I want to try to get at least one of them on my roster. So I'll go running back, and then I'll load up on those wide receivers because there's a lot of good ones.
Okay, Fabs, I hate to tell you this, but you kind of sound like the old man standing on the front lawn yelling at the kids to get out of here. I mean, what? Go ahead. You go ahead. Let me tell you something. It's time to get with the program. Yeah, if you wait, you might end up with, a horrible running back like Cam Akers, Javonte Williams, Rashad Penny. Come on. And in the meantime, you can load up on players like Mark Andrews, Justin Jefferson. Imagine starting like that. That's a pretty phenomenal start. And listen, if everybody's going to be going to PPR leagues, you have to focus on those targets. That's where it's going to add up. So let's play a game, Fabs. Give me a first-round running back that you would take.
Austin Eckler, who, by the way, had 107 catches last year. Pretty good PPR, right?
Kellen Moore. That's the problem. Give me another one.
Derrick Henry.
Getting old. That's an old guy. You think he's going to continue doing this? Eventually, he has to fall off. I can give you an argument for why every early running back is going to bust. I can wait all the way to round 7 and still get Khalil Herbert and Rashad Penny. And in the meantime, I have all these pass catchers.
Rashad Penny, the guy who always gets hurt, you want to have him as a starting running back on your fantasy team?
Oh, yeah, sure.
No,
and then I'll just play the waiver wire.
I'm good. There's not going to be anything on the waiver wire at running back because all the running backs are going to be taken up. That's not a good philosophy to have. I don't want to go into my season
always someone on the waiver wire.
With Rashad Penny as one of my starting running backs. That's a bad philosophy because this guy is always hurt. And you can talk about older running backs all you want, and I get it. DeAndre Hopkins, is he a lock at age 30 years old to come out and have a big season? I love Devontae Adams, but his quarterback situation is a little shaky in Las Vegas. Not everything is sunshine and rainbows at wide receivers. And I'm agreeing with you for the most part. I'm going to be focusing on wide receivers earlier, but I still would rather not completely abandon running backs in the first 4 to 5 rounds, which by definition is what you need to do in a zero running back strategy.
If there was ever a year to do it, this is the year to do it, especially if you're playing in a PPR league. I challenge some of you to try it. Build some best ball, figure out what you can do. And by the way, there's always someone on the waiver wire, and you can check out the waiver wires at Sports Illustrated all the way through the season. In the meantime, check out our fantasy football draft kit at si.com.